Before we dive into this game, let me ask you this question. What's the definition of a statement?
We doing everything they talk about. You know I'm everything a boss about. Not putting work and gotta toss them.
Hey, round of applause. Kudos to those guys in the croissant land. Those guys in Paris. Paris figured it out. It took them 4 weeks, but Paris figured it out. They figured out their identity on defense, which I think they kind of figured out sooner rather than later. But more importantly, they figured out who they're going to be on offense. And this is a team that is not afraid of no one. And to be honest, I called this Paris win. You shouldn't be surprised if you're about a fire loss. They're not the team that they used to be. They're still a good team, and that's not taken away from Paris, but they're not the team that they used to be. They have no offensive identity. They can't run the ball. They have no scheme in the passing game, no rhyme or rhythm, no storytelling when it comes to calling plays. Like, don't get it twisted either. They played up against probably might be the number one defense in the league. Cadell King had a great game, 10 tackles. You think about Amir Kalani, a pass breakup, interception. That man is I'm a fan. That man is afraid of no one. That man, he had a hit on Starkey that made him think twice about coming across the middle, right? And I mentioned this. I mentioned this in the First Down Magazine show that whoever loses this game is going to miss the playoffs. I still feel that way, right? I still feel that way. I might feel even stronger about that statement now because what I saw from these two different teams is that they're going in opposite directions. They're going in opposite directions. I look at the Paris. Let me start with Fire. I look at the Fire team that's going through an identity crisis right now. You lost your first two games at home. You split the series against Paris. You got to win your other game, but you have to go to Vienna to do it. You still have to go through the storm and a bunch of teams in your division. Hamburg is no slouch. Berlin, you'll get through. But I'm here to tell you that this Hamburg game coming up is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. The Rhein Fire office had 163 passing yards and gave up 3 sacks, right? They look that Rhein Fire O-line looked like the Paris O-line in week 1, right? Looked like the Paris O-line in week 1. The defense gave up 240 yards on the ground. The defense has been together for 3 years. Supposed to have a veteran connection. Supposed to be, give a better performance than that, right? And you look at Paris. Like obviously, I said again, shout out to the O-line from going from fiasco players of the week, right, to the performance you get today, only allowing 2 sacks, but 240 on the ground, all right, and just over 100 passing. But needless to say, you move the ball on offense. Defense, Mamadou Sy, Zetterberg, those guys can't be moved, right? Rhein Fire having a hard time with those two guys, and they're going to give a lot of teams issues. And Paris weathered their storm, right? Through their first 4 weeks, 2-2, that's a win. Again, Galaxy twice, Surge, and Fire twice, Galaxy, and Surge within your first 4 weeks. Thank God this bye week came at a great time. You look at their next couple of games coming off the bye. You got Frankfurt, you got Cologne, you got Helvetic, Vienna, Surge, which is going to be too hard back-to-back, and then you got Cologne again. And I'm not overreacting here. Paris can compete with Vienna. We always talk about the weapons that Vienna has in their offense, and their defense is just as good too. Paris has the guys where they could play multiple coverages, man, zone. They're athletic at linebacker. They're fast. They got the guys up front. Paris is going to, assuming everyone's healthy, Paris is going to give the Vikings a game, all right, when that time comes. But we got a couple weeks to get there. But man, good for Paris. You go back home from 2 road games going to Germany. I mean, what can we say? And let me tell you this. Hugo Takadam, another multi-touchdown game. He's done this a couple times this year and, towards the end of last year. He's a star in the making. Hugo is a star in the making. You see, we always talk about these other guys like LaRose and Mahongu and Dable. Those guys are the depth guys. We saw LaRose get some play today, but those guys are the depth guys. There's more Takadam. It's more Sal. It's more Austin Mitchell. It's more Berlin. And the depth that this team has a receiver. Chef's kiss, French kiss, if you know what I'm talking about. Hey, Red Company, Wake, this one's for you guys. Enjoy it. Enjoy going to the bye week because this Paris team, and I said it before, I think I'm officially saying it now, is the most dangerous team going into this second quarter of the ELF. Locker room, drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Instant reaction. Week 4, we're heading into week 5, and it's only gonna get interesting.